It's time for Piggly's Storyteller Playhouse. Come on!
Hi, Piggly!
Hello, everyone. I hope I'm not late.
You're just in time. Ven, únete a nosotros. My name is Georgette, and you know, sometimes when you tell a story, it's very important maybe to share some new and interesting words. So I'm going to share a new special word with you, and it's chocolate. But do you know how to say chocolate in Spanish?
Chocolate.
That's right. And I have an instrument here that was used long ago to whip up a nice frothy cup of chocolate. And the name of this instrument is molinillo. Now, those of you who are going to help me do the chocolate dance, will you stand up? All right, and here we go. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. One day when I was walking, just playing and singing in the park, I came across an old man stirring something very dark. He was speaking Nahuatl, a language I'd never heard. His face was weathered and tan, and his nose like the beak of a bird. Well, he just kept on stirring, stirring with a wooden thing, a stick called a molinillo. Then he began to sing. Ready to help me? Here we go. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. He was an Aztec Indian, and he told me that the cocoa bean came from Central America and the Mexican Indian. In the language of Nahuatl, cocoa is called chocoatle. And to say cocoa water, you must say cacahuatle atle. A little bit faster. Ready? Here we go. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. So now when I make chocolate, I remember the man in the park, mixing with his molinillo, his chocoato, rich and dark. Real fast now. Here we go. Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, co. Uno, dos, tres, la. Uno, dos, tres, te. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. Very good. So, maybe the next time you tell a story, you'll remember to include a special word also. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate.
I love telling stories. Try it. You might just love it as much as I do.
Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, chocolate. Very good.
It's time for Piggly's Storyteller Playhouse. Come on! How's it going, everyone? I hope I'm not late.
Nope, you're right on time. I was just about to explain to everybody the basic building blocks that every story has. Now, first of all, every good story needs a who. That's who the story's about. A what. That's what the story is about. And a where the story takes place. So from anybody, give me a who the story is about. Yeah.
Coco?
Coco. Beautiful name. And somebody give me a place of where the story is going to take place. Yeah.
At the beach.
Coco at the beach. Excellent. Let's make the story up together. Hit it, music man. Now, you've heard the story about dragons and things and witches and pigs and special rings. But the story I'm going to tell you should all know is about my friend. His name is Coco. Coco was a guy who loved to have fun, and he could have more fun than anyone. He loved to have fun, now understand, but his favorite song was in the sun and the sand. So Coco, he loved the beach, and he kept all his favorite things right there in reach. He had a soda over here and yummy, yummy snacks laid on the sun there in his back. From sun up till the sun goes down, Coco was at the beach, he was never in town. And let me tell you now, what you gotta hear. Something mysterious was happening there. Over the waves, Coco looked ahead and he saw something he could not believe. He said, "What is that?" "Oh, that ain't too hip." He saw some kind of huge and humongous ship. It was coming towards him. It was coming fast, and he couldn't hold it on. He said, "At last, I have never seen a ship like this before, and I have got to go and get on board." What do you think happened when Coco got off that beach and he ran onto that huge ship? What do you think happened?
Pirates attack.
Pirates came. Now, Coco was on this great big ship, and it was kind of cool. I mean, he thought he was hip. He was walking around saying, "What up, everybody?" Looking real cool, never ever being shotty. When all of a sudden, he heard a big fire. And pirates, yep, they were right fire, right on the ship where Coco was. One had a little parrot that he called Buzz, and they started doing things pirates never do. They were handing out candy and crazy stuff. Ooh, they were handing out sweets like bubble gum, which kind of felt good to his tummy. He offered all kind of sweets and he piled them up, and Coco, he just sucked them up and got down into his belly till his belly started to swell. And that's when Coco didn't feel so well. He said, "I guess I shouldn't have eaten all of those pirate snacks." And then he had a little pirate snack attack. He started to burp, boop, and do sounds like that. He couldn't believe it. He got fatter and fat and fatter and fatter till he sank the ship. And then the tides, they all started to rip. And just then, so it seemed, Coco woke up. It was all a dream, and that's the story of Coco. Now, don't forget, that story, like every story, had the who, the what, and the where. The three basic building blocks of any good story. Got it?
Got it.
Good. Play some more music, man.
Telling stories is fun. Go on and give it a go. It's time for Piggly's Storyteller Playhouse. Come on. How's it going, everyone?
Hi.
I hope I'm not late.
No, Piggly, you're here just in time. Come on in, I'm going to tell a story. And the kind of story that I like to tell has audience participation. Do one of you want to come up and help me out? Okay, how about you? Come on right up here, and there you go, stand right up there. Thank you. What's your name?
Dion.
Dion. You're the one. This is a story about when Dion went to the circus with his girlfriend. Remember your girlfriend when you went to the circus? Yes, he remembers his girlfriend. And they were sitting up in the aisle, and a clown came by, and a clown dropped the clown handkerchief. Can you hold that for me? Thank you, Dion. Then, after the circus was over, they got ice cream. Remember the ice cream? They got lime ice cream and all kinds of flavors right there. And then, when the circus was over, and Dion said, "Don't worry about it, I will pay for it," so his girlfriend said, "Thank you," and she gave him a bunch of kisses like that. Remember that, Dion? Remember that? Yes, you do. Okay, well, check it out. He said, "I'm going to clean the handkerchiefs," but this was a day when the washing machine was completely full. So here's what we'll do. Let's put the handkerchiefs in there one at a time, so just hand them to me one at a time, and they'll go down, down, down into the box of Splash the Soap with Easy Suds. There's number one. There's number two. There is number three in the box of Splash the Soap with Easy Suds. Now we're going to sing the Splash song, and that means we need a magic word. The word today is suds. Can you say suds?
Suds.
When I do that, say suds. All right, Ann, here we go. Easy.
Suds.
It gets them bright morning, noon, and night. Easy.
Suds.
Easy.
Suds.
Easy.
Suds.
Easy. Easy.
Suds.
He did it. He's very good. Give him a big round of applause, Dion. Oh, you are the best. Now, check this out. You won't believe this, kids, but the handkerchiefs are nice and clean and white and bright. Look at this. We've got one handkerchief, nice and clean and white and bright. Two handkerchiefs, nice and clean and white and bright. We actually have three handkerchiefs that are nice and clean and white and bright. 1, 2, and 3. And that is how you wash your clothes by magic. Thank you.
It's in your iron hand.
Dion, I want you to look in the box and tell everybody there's nothing in there. See anything? He says, no, there's nothing in the box. Nothing at all.
No, I must see.
Did you really want to look in the box?
Yes.
Okay, here you go. Nothing in the box at all. All right. What's that? You still think there's more handkerchiefs in the box? Well, that's why Dion is here. Dion is here to show you that when you wash your clothes with Splash, splash the soap with Easy Suds, not only do you get them nice and white and bright, but check it out. You didn't use any soap, you didn't use any water, no fuss, no muss. That's Dion, our helper. Give him a big round of applause, and there he goes. All right. Now, kids, that's how I like to tell a story, with audience participation. And the next time you tell a story, you may like to use audience participation too.
Telling stories is fun. Go on and give it a go. It's time for Piggly's Storyteller Playhouse. Come on. How's it going, everyone? I hope I'm not late.
Not at all, Piggly. You're just in time. Howdy, children. I'm Cowgirl Christy Lewis, and a storyteller of Cowboy Tales. Now, there's a lot of fun ways to tell a story, and a lot of different styles of stories to tell. But there's one story that uses a lot of exaggeration. Who here can tell me what exaggeration means?
You make it seem more than it really is.
Very good, or stretching that truth. And the story that I'm going to tell you uses a lot of exaggeration. It's called a tall tale. And I'm going to use some of these spinning ropes to help tell that story. Out on the lonely prairie, after the sun went down in the western sky, all those cowboys would gather together around a blazing campfire, pulling yarns and telling stories about good old Cactus Jack. He was the best trick roper in all the West, and he could pick up a rattlesnake, turn it into a lasso, and spin it all around. Then there was the time when there was the big drought in Texas. Well, Cactus Jack got so mad, he forgot how thirsty he was, and he started stomping in a circle. He started jumping on the ground so hard that he dug a well right down to the ground. Well, it sent a geyser up so high that those folks in town had water a-gushing for 20 years. Now, Cactus Jack got a liking to one of those pretty cowgirls in town, and he decided he'd throw a wedding loop around her, give her a kiss, and he made her his wife. Well, at their wedding, the best of the dancing was to be seen west of the Mississippi. And those cowboys and all those dancing girls, they got to two-stepping, side-stepping, and high-stepping. Because within a few years, and he skipped his rope from one end of Texas all the way to the other end, just like this. And yes, Cactus Jack was the best trick roper in all the West. So as you can see, a tall tale is a fun story to tell. But there's lots of other tales. We have folk tales and fables, fairy tales, and lots of other tales. But to me, my favorite is a tall tale.
Stories can be told in lots of different ways. Which way is your favorite?